dream. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
All right, so we're gonna hop right in. So today I have another special guest. This is Peter, my stepbrother. He's actually siblings of CHYANN. They share the same mom, but different dads. So they actually have different mixes. So yeah, let us know. What do you do?
I'm Peter. I work as a customer service representative for Indigo.
That's what's up. Yeah, so what are your interests, books-wise? What do you like?
Comics, as it's branded on my arm.
Okay, yes.
Anything with pictures.
Anything with pictures. Any book recommendations at the moment? What should I look for?
Right now?
Yeah.
You want
what's
a
hot?
novel,
like,
or...
what's the hottest comic out right now?
House of X.
Okay.
New X-Men comic, bringing them back. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out. Look for House of X.
Yeah.
So Peter, what is your mix? How do you identify?
Half black, half white.
Mm-hmm.
Dad's from Barbados.
Amazing.
Mom's Canadian. The best way to describe it is if you can't choose a flavor at the ice cream truck, it's like, I want the twist.
I'm the twist.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny. I actually ran into an Instagram page recently and it was called like Twisted Beauties, and it was like all mixed people.
Yeah.
So I was dying. That's really funny. For you, what does it mean to be somebody who is from Barbados? So people who are from Barbados, we call them Bajan, right?
Yeah.
What does it mean for you growing up? What type of Bajan cultures were introduced into your life? Were they introduced into your life?
I like my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Like we do things like caravan. Like one of the main things, we would always go to like the Woodbine racetrack.
Okay.
I had like Barbados Day.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, everything came through, you know, my dad, his family, cousins, things like that, spending time down there when I was younger.
You traveled to Barbados?
I've been there, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Not recently.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly it's from him.
So what else? What about music influence, food? Like, how is that from your father?
Like soca, but that's more of just like
soca. Yeah, no, that's a common theme. I'm asking
Yeah.
this because a lot of people who have parents of Caribbean descent grew up listening to soca, dancehall, reggae.
Yep.
You know, it is what it is. Like,
yeah.
so
it was just like,
it's like our roots almost.
Yeah, a nice like blend. That's why when it comes to like music, it's like we were given a little taste of everything.
And how about your mom?
Like for her, it's different because like she's adopted, right? Whatever I've gotten, it's mostly just been on the Canadian side.
Mm-hmm.
We have an adopted German last name, but like
Got it.
genetically we are not.
Yeah. Your adoptive parents practice any type of German cultural traditions or anything like that?
Not really like cultural traditions, no.
No.
Mostly it's like, you know, when Euro World Cup would come by, like that's the flag you would represent.
Like, all right, Germany,
you know?
all the way.
Yeah, beyond that.
It's okay, I'm so Italian when the World Cup comes around.
Right, like it's one of those things, you switch, and you know, or like I'll go for Brazil, it's close enough. But yeah, like from there wasn't like too much like cultural heritage from that. Like being Canadian, it was like open to it. It wasn't a necessity, but it was still always there, no matter what.
I get that. It's like it was a part of you, but it wasn't necessarily like the main influence. So I feel like oftentimes people who are biracial, they always ask, what do you identify with? What do you define the word identity as? Like, what does that mean to you?
But I often get like, people always ask like, oh, what's your mix? Or like, what's your background?
Yes.
They're always intrigued by it. Because there's something that's like, I can't quite pinpoint
what it is.
But like there's something different. Like what it means to me, it's just like, I know where both my parents are from. Like they don't look the same, right? I don't look the same as them, but I still know who they are, and I guess like I don't feel like a threatened identity or anything like that from it. It's just.
But if you were to define what an identity is, like what does it mean to have an identity? This is a trick question because the next question is, do you think you have an identity?
Yeah.
So the reality is that like no matter what the answer is, it's correct. If it's your perception of what identity is, I loosely believe that like identity doesn't have a definition. It's just like a set of principles or a set of rules that you kind of live by or that you adhere to. Everyone's are different. Like somebody else on the show mentioned that you can have different identities depending on who you're around. You have your workplace identity, you have your, you know, your friends and family identity. I've always said I don't have an identity. I don't think that exists. So for you, I guess, what does that mean, identity?
It's slight of like individuality, I guess. Experiences, birthplace. I would like to get down to just like life experience. What kind of puts you all together? whether it be family, work, anything like that.
The glue that holds it all together.
Yeah.
So how has, I guess, people choosing to identify you a certain way, society's projection of identity on you, how's that affected you?
Younger, like, poorly, because someone would be like, oh, well, you don't look black, therefore, like, you're not.
Yeah.
It's like, you also don't look white. So it's, like, younger, yeah, it had an effect. But as I've gotten older, people are more understanding. People then age and they view that there are people who are different than them. People are more tolerant. And I've expressed them growing out the hair because I've learned to accept and love it.
When you were younger, you used to keep it cut.
Oh, yeah, no.
Way
down the brim.
yeah.
Never grew it out. Yeah, because I get teased for it. I look like a mix of, like, Bob Ross and Sideshow Bob.
Yo, I got Sideshow Bob too funny, you know?
Yeah.
People used to say that to me, and I would be so hurt as a little girl. They'd be like, you know who you look like? I'm like, who? Sideshow Bob.
Right? And
Kids are jerks.
Just the curls.
It's not funny. Stop calling people Sideshow Bob. So as someone that identifies as both Bayesian and German, you're caught in the situation of, I want to say, white versus black.
Yeah.
Where do you position yourself in situations or arguments when that type of a dialogue comes up? What stance do you take, or are you the type to more just kind of want to step back and not really get involved?
A little bit of the latter. I'm a fence sitter, and I think it's due to the whole gray kind of neutral.
Yeah.
But I also have the open perspective of, like, seeing both sides.
So describe a little more what you mean by a fence sitter.
But, like, just, like, being neutral, I guess, on a subject. Not so much not doing something.
Okay.
But at least taking in the larger picture, if you will.
Do you ever play devil's advocate a little bit?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
When I was younger, for sure.
And then you get tired of doing it.
But yeah, just largely staying, I guess, neutral.
Neutral, yeah.
I don't know if that's, like, a proper term to use, because for certain situations, like, I can't relate to them.
It's always a matter of being caught in between the greater of two decisions, I feel, when you are biracial. And that's a common concept that's coming up when I ask that. It's like, where do you position yourself? Some people don't want to get involved. Other people are like, no, I'm going to challenge that person's perspectives on why they think that way, because I do identify with both and I do have experience from both, so I can speak on that. Speaking of people, picking at your hair and, teasing you when you were younger, tell me about a that's some shit moment.
That's some shit.
A that's some shit moment is just like some outrageous thing that somebody came up to you and said that you were like, what the fuck?
But, like, my identity or my hair or anything like that?
All of the above. Anything.
Like, mostly I do get recognized for my hair.
Yes.
A lot, everywhere I go.
How about that? Yeah, what is it like being a person of color that's also a ginger with fair skin? Because not only are you fair skinned, you also are a redhead.
Well,
what do the people say?
I'm not ginger. I don't have the pale skin. I'm always tan. At least once or twice a day, I'll get a comment on my hair. A lot of people really enjoy it, the color, the texture. I get stopped in the streets, and people will be like, it's the Indigo guy or something like that. But one of the main things I would say that I enjoyed it. There was once a younger kid who was also mixed like myself. Dad's black, mom's white, and his mother had to tell me because he was really shy. But he enjoyed that there was someone that looked like him.
Aww,
and
that's
I've
so precious.
never had that.
Yeah.
But knowing that, like, future generations are still growing up with it is... Yeah, it was pretty good.
I've heard somewhere that, like, people who are redhead are, like, extinct. Or, like, going extinct because of how much we mix. But maybe that's a myth.
I don't know. I can't comment, like, on genes or anything like that. So, yeah. Eyebrows are black, arm hair is blonde. Facial hair is different than the actual hair, so yeah.
Yeah, it's true. You've got like a straight texture in the beard, but then curly hair, So that's hilarious.
It's just science, biology.
Mixed people for you. Yeah. We come in all different packages. So if you were to tell your younger self one message, what would that message be?
I don't know. Don't worry about, like, what anyone says about your mix, who you are, what you believe in. Just be true to yourself, I guess.
Just be you. Be you. Love you. Oh my God, you guys have heard it over and over. Everybody is telling you, just love yourself. Be you authentically. And if you were to define your mixed life in one word that sums up all the craziness.
One word?
One word. It could be like a 1-2 catchphrase.
Variety.
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 Variety. I like that. That's a big one.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And that's all for now. Peace out.